Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Morning Champions in what I hope will be a double feature today, because I realized, one, here we are on the last day of May going into June, and I have plans for what I'd like to do hero to hero, 4 different heroes probably. Got most of that mapped out, but the thing is that with the double release, it's hard for me to really feature each of the new heroes without it feeling like I'm kind of just taking up time. And granted, I'd like to live for a long time, so hopefully 1 or 2 weeks is not actually that long in the grand scheme of things. But what I decided to do today was a double feature where we're going to play Silk against Mutagen Formula and Black Panther. I'm actually unsure yet, although I think the deck I will be using will be Villain Theory's repurposed deck. But that might not be something that I'm filming exactly back to back. Either way, this will be my first game with each of the heroes, because since Con of Heroes was the day of release and I was just trying to focus in on other things, I've even faced off against the Thunderbolts from each of these 2 packs, but I haven't actually played the heroes yet, which is weird because normally I play the heroes like within the first 48 hours of them being released. Here we are. We're going to be playing against Mutagen Formula, playing with Silk. We are substituting out whatever the other card is for the Inheritors. So this is going to be a harder game. And we are sort of already stacking up against ourselves because one of her Nemesis minion is one of the Inheritors. Yeah, this is going to get interesting. And hopefully it will make for a good game. I am playing a deck called Silk Pitchback by user ItUrban. My hope is that I will play with this deck, and then I will do my deck tech on this. Maybe this will be my next deck tech. Maybe it'll just be one in the future. But basically try to say that one of the decks that I play with every Saturday is something that I will deck tech, or I'll talk about in a deck tech video. We'll see. Not sure if that's going to be happening, but fingers crossed. But the thing that really drew me to this was I wanted to play with Spider-Woman, and I wanted to try to figure out if Smoothest Silk is actually as good as I hope it's going to be. So these are 2 cards that I'm definitely going to hope to find in my opening hand just so that I can get to play them. Additionally, I know that if I want to do pitchback, I'm going to need to have organic webbing. So those are kind of a combo that I need to find, and then just 2 cards that I'm prioritizing that I'd like to be able to play with. But we'll get everything put together here real quick. And yeah, I wanted to start with Silk because I'm actually really excited to play with Silk, and also I wanted to do Goblin Mutagen Formula because it is a scenario that I am aware of enough that to make it a little bit harder isn't going to be hugely taxing. I know most of the pain points for the actual Mutagen Formula. We'll see if that pans out with the Inheritors. Let's get a token there. All right, so one more shuffle just because I feel like I didn't do enough over here. Okay, so yes, we are looking to try to get hopefully Spider-Woman, hopefully Smoothest Silk. But let's go. Oh, you guard. And I gotta do this too. We're gonna do that advance, and you start with 2 threats. All right, and just remind myself. So we got Cindy Moon here. She is a genius with 3 recovery, 6 hand size, 10 hit points, and if there are 4 or more tucked cards here, discard all but 4 of those cards, and an action of discard a card tucked here, draw 2 cards, which is nice. And then Silk got 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. Hero Web Warrior, if there are 4 more cards tucked here, discard all but 4 of those cards, and her Silk sensibility of after you defeat a minion or side scheme or resolve a treachery card, tuck that card under here from the encounter deck pile. From the encounter discard pile. So I am gonna hopefully be able to figure out how to get rid of the thrall pretty quick and maybe tuck it under here. And then additionally, we'll have to figure this out. For a Web Warrior, she is actually not perfectly tuned to this position. Okay, so I do think I'm going to be a little bit of a miser. I'm going to keep Spider-Woman. Let's see, reflexes, that's for defense. Eidetic Memory, which in my mind is probably going to be important because we can swap out. If we get Goblin Thrall tucked under, then we can swap out Goblin Thrall for something else we don't really care about, or that's less. We can something that's more threatening. We can make it into a Goblin Thrall, and then I do think that swinging Silk Kick is going to be important. The only problem with all of this is that we are then saying that if this is what we're keeping, then the 3 mystery cards we get are basically going to go into swinging Silk Kick or into Spider-Woman. And I feel like Spider-Woman, who when a Web Warrior ally enters play, you deal 1 damage to an enemy. I almost want to just keep her to just sit on the board. So digging for more Web Warriors wouldn't be the worst thing. I do think that the plan to basically use our 3 cards to put out one of these 2 is probably sound. I'm not going to be able to do the extra 2 damage and overkill unless I happen to get Smooth as Silk, but we'll see. We'll play this out. I feel a little weird because I'm now realizing that, oh, cool. Another thing that attracted me to this was that in the comics, Silk has kind of a pseudo relationship with Peter Parker. She got bit by the same spider as Peter Parker, and then went into a vault for a long time to hide from the Inheritors. And this deck has 4 different characters named Spider-Man, so I feel like that also is kind of a on-theme thing. Okay, so Genius does change things a little bit. And so does Into the Fray. Actually, Into the Fray is not bad. It's a little bit of overkill, but I'm not too worried because we are removing... This would remove 3 threat of the 2. I'm sorry, it would remove 3 threat when there's only 2. That's not a big deal to me. Yeah, let's just go for it. I mean, this is opening play here. So I do think that while Into the Fray might not necessarily be the best card we could be playing, I do think that actually it is uniquely set up to work here. So when he attacks and damages you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go Into the Fray with Genius and Spider-Man. I have a feeling that I'm going to want Otto Octavius later, but maybe we can just draw through our deck super quick. So we're going to deal 3 to Goblin Thrall, and then remove all the threat from here. I'm fine with that exchange, that's for sure. Then I will tuck. Let's see the check under here. Okay, so we just know that we have a Goblin Thrall here. Then that does make Eidetic Memory a little bit better. See now, okay, well, actually, I was keeping Swing Web Pick to handle Goblin Thrall, so we're fine putting out Eidetic Memory with the Swing Silk Kick. Alright, so now we have the combo on board to basically take anything that's too scary from here and just exhaust Eidetic Memory to swap the card. It has to be from the same expansion, but basically, or I guess the same encounter set. Expansion is a much different term. Alright, so then put 2 damage onto Green Goblin, put him down to 14. And I guess we just move on. So let's draw. Okay, so yeah, like this is my chance to see if Smooth the Silk is actually a good card. I've heard from some people that it's not a great card, and so I'd like to test that out. Alright, so this goes up by 1. And then do I sure cards. Oh, but I need an enemy or sides or actually scheme. There's a scheme right here. I'd like to swing Silk Kick. I think I'd like to get Jessica Drew into play. Okay, so I think I can defend and hopefully not take too much damage. So natural 2 against my 3. Does a star, put it into play, engage with you, so it actually deals nothing to me. Then the Goblin Soldier comes into play and deals the damage to me. And how does this reveal counter? And then my counter card is Wicked Ambitions. Discard X cards from the encounter deck where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. Each time a villain minion is discarded this way, choose to either take 2 damage or put that minion into play, engage with you. Take the top 2. I don't think that's going to be too bad. Oh, you know, Goblin Minion. I'm only looking for Goblin Minions. Okay, so yeah. At a higher level, that's going to be more dangerous. Alright, so we have a soldier to worry about. And I'm unclear if this card is revealed. It's possible. Oh, okay. Wait. I would have to look into the rules on this. Thinking about eidetic memory, this is actually a pretty complicated card. I was wondering if, basically, when this came into play, if I could have swapped it off for the Goblin Thrall. I don't know that I necessarily would want to do that. But then, as I thought about it, I realized that maybe what this would have done was swapped this as the boost card. I guess that results in the same thing. But yeah, I guess I had to look into when cards are revealed. And I'm not going to slow down the game beyond that statement to try to figure that out. And actually, I feel like I got an awful lot of cards I like here. Again, Swinging Silk Kick seems good. Discard a card from the same encounter set. I mean, I'm losing the eidetic memory combo. Oh, actually, I'm not really losing the eidetic memory combo because I then just replace it with the soldier. I don't want to just hold Spider-Woman until I have another Web Warrior in play either. Like I'm basing too much of my decisions around that. Let's try this. Let's do this. Let's play out Jessica Drew. Playing with this. And then we're going to smooth this Silk. Obviously choosing the soldier. Discard a card from the top of the encounter deck until the same set is chosen. Okay, put the side scheme under here. I'm okay with that. I guess that just gives us more fodder. And do I care about Jessica Drew attacking at this point? I don't think I do. I think I'd like to just let her be a thing that sits in play and helps me get additional damage. 5, okay. Alright, see, good timing. Can I naturally play? I could naturally play out Spider-Man Peter Parker. The only thing is, then I lose access to investigative journalism. We'll see. Okay, so we move to the villain phase. Do that. Goes to attack me. So I can ready her back up. Okay, I'll do that. I'll defend for 3 against his 2. Oof. Okay. Well, happy I did that. This goes up by 1, goes to 3, and I take 2 damage. Then I take another one from here. So I take a total of 3, go down to 6. And my encounter card is my obligation. So, Silk Sense Overload. Forced to interrupt when a card would be tucked under your identity by a player card effect. Tuck it here instead. Then if there are at least 2 cards here, you may discard this card if there are 3. So I can sort of set this up by just doing Smooth as Silk, but then I lose access to Spider-Man. So we'll work our way through this. I appreciate that this is a card that doesn't stop you. It's just going to be a little bit of a headache for a little bit. All right, so let's move to my turn, where I will just play out Spider-Man. 1, 2, 3. Put a damage. Do I want to put a damage onto Green Goblin or just the soldier? Put a damage onto the soldier with Jessica. Then I will Spider-Man attack the Green Goblin, put him down to 12. He will ready up Silk. I'll like up to 7. Maybe it would have been smarter to have him thwart this down to 1, ready her back, ready Silk up, then have Silk attack for 2. Oh, this also came into play. Sorry. So when she came into play, she dealt the damage to Green Goblin. Okay. We'll put 2 damage onto Green Goblin, put him down to 9. And I think it's probably smart for me to Flip down real quick. I don't think there's going to be much I can do. You know what? We're trying this hero out. Let's do this. We'll discard the side scheme. We'll draw 2 cards. Okay, so kind of a dead draw. I'm going to just toss pitch back. And we're ready back up. Of course. Of course. Alright, so Web of Life and Destiny we'll be able to just put into play. Spider Claws. So this is the attack one, which actually will be helpful because I do have it. And this is going to stand in my way for a little bit. Miles Morales, okay. Alright, so these 2 can pay for this. And then I just need to choose if I'd rather have... I think I'd rather go on the offensive and do the Spider Claws. Oh, but Web of Life Destiny is going to come in for free. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in the next turn. So this goes up to 2. He schemes for 1. These goblins are becoming an issue. He schemes for 1. Then they're each going to scheme for 1. So up to 5 of 7. My counter card is another Goblin Soldier. All right, so we have our I suppose what I could do, as I'm sort of overloading on things to do, is I could discard this to draw 2 more cards, and that would really solve my economy issue. I'm going to do that. We're going to live on the edge here. I realize that takes away from what the upgrades are capable of doing, but we're just trying to make the best of this we can. Okay, so actually, Into the Fray is not the worst thing in the world here. Let's flip up. Oh, he was taking. These both should have taken a consequence damage. Okay, so then. Well, that's an interrupt too. I didn't even think about that. Do we care about it? Yeah, see, the thing is, both these are kind of very similar to being the same. Alright, so let's put up the Web of Life and Destiny, which means that after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, I choose a player, that player draws a card. Oh, my bad. This is Power of All of Us. So what we can do is, I think what I need right now Another thing that fascinated me about this deck was that they had the 2 of the enhanced ones, this one and then the one with Spider-Man on it, that I think makes an energy resource, probably to compensate for the fact that we have Genius and there's not an equivalent. We kind of overdoing it here. So let's do Miles Spider-Man, playing with this and this. We will choose to boost his thwart. Kind of boxed. And then I probably made a bad decision by using up the cards tucked under her, but you live and you learn. Let's do this. Let's do heal thwart for 3. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do Into the Fray here, paying with paying with these 3. You know, no, I'm gonna pay with this. So we're paying with these 2. Sorry, paying with these 2 cards. So do 6 damage to the soldier. Means we're gonna take a damage, but then 2 of it will get taken off from here, and Miles will just thwart the other 3 away. So we've taken the main scheme down to 0. He gets a consequential damage. Oh, Miles came into play. I will put that damage onto Green Goblin. So this goes away. There's a part of me that's just living in fear of the Inheritors at this point. Oh, this gets tucked. we might be going the route of just trying to get 2 cards onto here, because my oh my, is that going to be annoying if we try to do more than that. So I could have Silk attack, have Spider-Man attack, ready up Silk. I don't want to prioritize attacking the soldiers, but at the same time, they're just going to keep doing stuff. And it's probably a good idea to defeat them, to just fill this. Yeah, let's do that. So 2 damage here, 2 damage here, readies them up, 2 damage here. I take another damage, we tuck another one. And at that point, it's a big encounter deck. So we'll just discard all of this. Already did that. Oh, I took a damage, so down to 4. Okay, so... And at this point, I'm kind of happy to just throw, like, Miles into the way. He's done his thing. Do I care about... No. 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, yep, just keep getting those spider characters. Just a second. Yeah, having Hobie's going to be good. I don't know that I care about get the scoop. Exhausted web warrior card. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I think the next one might be pretty explosive. So let's see. So we're going to bump this up. 1. Goblin will attack me. I will defend with Miles. Oh, it's just out. Then the Goblin Soldier will attack me. At this point, I can take a damage onto Spider-Woman because I don't plan to attack with her. Oh, Web of Life and Destiny for Miles. Yep, good card. Oh, excellent. Okay. Having a resource is going to be nice. Then my counter card is... Okay, so each Inheritor minion gains Villainous. When revealed, if a Web Warrior character is in play, give him a... Oh, yep, well, I mean, we're very much... We're leaning into the difficulty here by putting the Inheritors into the encounter deck, but oof, they're scary. 2 attack, 3... Or sorry, 2 thwart... 2 scheme, 3 attack, 7 health. Villainous. Alright. I would say we have a serious problem, but we have Hobie, so I actually think that we might just have all this in spades here at this point. But let's see here. Let me just think. Exhausted Web Warrior card. You control. Search your discard pile for an ally. Web Warrior ally put it into play. So I could get Miles. Do I have any of the Web Warriors currently in my discard pile? That doesn't necessarily matter. But okay, Auto could be good if I decide to do this. Okay, so I gain Aerial. I do think I want to get this out into play, though. Wow, okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do the Power in All of Us to play Across the Spider-Verse. We are going to exhaust Silk to do that. And I will go and grab Miles. Yeah, okay, that worked. Yeah, yes. And this time I'm going to bump up his attack. So he's going to have 4 attack. Then I will have Peter Parker attack. I'm going to check Green Goblin. Well, no, let's put 2 damage here. He will ready up Silk. And he will go away, making room for everything else I'd like to be doing. Then this goes off. Drawing the card. Cool. Skilled Strike. Not the best card, but I can definitely see a use for it here. We're not going to continue the chain. Definitely see a situation where we would continue the chain in this deck, though. Oh, he came into play, which means we put a damage here. Oh, I think we're perfectly set up here. Okay, so Silk attacks Solus, and we skill strike to give her +2 attacks. We just take him out. And this gets discarded. Wouldn't have been so bad, but whatever. Oh, and we can tuck him under here, which we're probably not going to see a huge advantage from this, but it is a card, and we might as well. Think here. So, oh, this doesn't go here. Oh, but this is a good divider. Okay, so we haven't defeated any other minions since. Okay. Oh no, this does go in here. I'm so sorry. Okay, so at least we know we haven't missed standing there. Then we're gonna go. Hobie Brown, paying with energy and get the scoop. Goes off again. Put another damage on to Green Goblin. Put him to 7. Hobie comes down, and I guess we're just gonna put damage here. 6. Oh, he has a bump in power, so we're gonna also deal 4 to Green Goblin. Put him down to 2. Then at this point, I think it's wise to. Do I want to go down? Oh, I don't want to go down because I just want to keep throwing my Web Warriors in front of attacks. So yeah, let's just keep going. What did she exhaust for? Oh, because she did something. I don't remember what she did. I don't remember. At this point, I might be putting too much stock onto the organic webbing just for the aerial here. Makes basic exhaust. It's okay. So that's not doing me any good right now. J. Jonah Jameson, I think, is a fairly good card. Move to throw from the side scheme. Ingenuity, I'd like to get into play. And swinging Silk Kick, I think is going to be important for the next stage. All right, so this goes up by 1. Green Goblin goes to attack, and I'm just gonna. I'm gonna throw Hobie in. I'm not gonna throw Hobie in front because I want Hobie to make a big push in the next stage. So I'll defend with Miles. So 2. 3 damage. Miles goes away. Life Destiny goes off. Draw a card into the fray. Actually, I'll be honest, Into the Fray has actually done some work in this deck. I didn't necessarily think it was going to be doing a lot. Then the soldier goes to attack. I will just take 3 damage, or the 1 damage, go down to 3. And my encounter card is Wicked Ambitions. Oh! I could have been, yeah, okay. Well, it's a response, it's not a forced response. Get a Goblin Thrall. And yeah, this gets tucked. Didn't. Yeah. Silk has so many layers to her, and I just overlooked that. Card. Alright, so makes it getting to Goblin a little bit harder, although we have Into the Fray, and next we have Swinging Web Kick now, which is turned on. But is that worth it? So we would do 9. Yeah, we're just gonna do Into the Fray, I think. Yeah. So at this point, I think we just need to establish that we are the beatdown, and that we don't need to worry about trying to get these cool upgrades into play. So let's do Into the Fray here. I want to keep Ingenuity because that might be helpful, so let's just do this. These 3. Do 6 damage. He will get tucked under here. So 3, and then the rest of it will clear that. And then Silk will push Green Goblin to stage 2. So deal 2 encounter cards to each player. And he goes up to 18. Alright, and then let's Let's have Hobie put a damage here. Just in case we get another overkill kind of thing, just whittle down the life as much as we can. We are kind of living in a little bit of a dangerous thing. We're going to have 3 encounter cards to worry about, but hopefully Hobie is going to be able to just get defeated and do a whole bunch of damage. So let's go to 2. I don't think Green Goblin has any way to do overkill, so I'm not concerned about that. And then I'm going to ditch this. I think there's an honest shot that I don't go back to Ultra Ego. That seems a little greedy. But yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Didn't think that one through, did you, bud? Oops. That is suffice it. Oh, you know what? But we've got eidetic memory, so if there's something really, really bad, I think we are probably good to... Actually, we're covered for everything but standard. What could be... I guess there are probably Inheritors that are worse than this, so we're not going to even poo-poo that. So this goes up by 1. He goes to attack me for 2. I will... Oops. These guys all ready back up. I will defend with Hobie. So attacking for 2, 3, 4. So it takes him out, which is a shame. We just shuffled up the deck, but we're losing him. That's unfortunate. But okay, so then we draw a card off Web of Life and Destiny. Power all of us, not too bad. And then when he leaves play, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pleased with that. All right, put him down to 13. Wow, a swinging Silk Kick doesn't look so bad now. All right, so now we need to get lucky. 4 encounter cards. The first of which is Monster, which I will gladly switch out for a Goblin Thrall. Exhaust this. Monster is now tucked under. But now we're flying high. We're just going to assume that nothing else bad. I mean, you can't assume that. Okay. Goblin Nation. Each goblin enemy, including your goblin, gets +1 attack. Honestly, I think we're in kind of the twilight stage here, so this isn't the worst. Still scary, but do that. Although, I think we'll check in a second. I think we have wall crawling. Merlin, Inheritors get +1 attack. When revealed, if a Web Warrior character is in play, take 2 damage. Oh, I don't have the ability to swap this out. So, this comes into play. Should have thought of that. Down to 1. And I see you. Green Goblin attacks you if you're in Ultra Ego form. Do not give him an... Alright, so we are defending with Jessica Drew. And he attacks for 3. Which is fine because Jessica's taking everything. I do draw a card off Web of Life and Destiny into the fray. Alright, so now we really need to ask ourselves, is there a path to victory here? And so swinging Silk Kick. I need to get through the Goblin Thrall. That's important. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to power all of us. Do reflex. That. Then we're going to put everything into a swinging Silk Kick against the Goblin Thrall to put 6 damage. So that's 9. Oh, and then we're going to ditch a Monster. And we're going to put 9 damage here. 6 of it will overkill to Green Goblin, putting him down to 7. He will go away. Actually, I'll just tuck him under here. That's why not. That's the purpose of all this. Then scoot you over here. And we're going to switch to Alter Ego. Wait, do I want to do that? I do want to do that because I want to heal for 3, go up to 4. And that is my entire hand. So we can just ready back up. My hope here is that, well, I guess here's the thing. He can scheme as much as he wants to, I mean, this will no doubt push us into the second stage. But we have that stage. I know that we're going to get some form of a goblin into play. So we're going to roll with it. As long as we don't get a guard minion, where goblin is in range to just take out next turn. And if there is a big problem, we can probably discard the Inheritor to draw 2 cards and have some more options. But let's see. All right. Actually, so this would be 6 damage. Oh, wow. Okay. So I can play out Spider-Man. Yeah, I actually might just have the win next turn. Well, let's see. So okay, so I already bumped this up. Then schemes for 2, 3, goes up to 5. Okay. And then at this point, we just stack the scheming so that it's 6, 7, 8. We count for all of it. I'm not forgetting anything here. Okay. Get that out of the way. When revealed, advanced to B. Oh, okay. I thought it called out something, but okay. So this starts at 4. So it honestly, it is scary. There is that's a lot of threat, and we're very close. But that's why we also stacked it the way we. Oh, I also have this. Okay, so my counter card is, please just be simple. Okay. Don't know that matters too badly because I can just split the skilled strikes. Yeah, I can just split up the skilled strikes. I think we have the win. So let's see. So we will. You know what? I'm gonna just give myself a shot here. I'm gonna ditch this. Draw 2 more cards. 1, 2. Yeah, I think this is all academic at this point. Flip over. We will attack and do a skilled strike against the Thrall to take him out. To talk to him as well. Boy, oh boy, if I had the attack upgrade right now, this would be really great. Then we're just wide open here. Okay, so then play out Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Pain with Energy, Physical, Wild. He will attack for 2. So I didn't have the win, but we'll ready up. Actually, that wouldn't have done any good. Okay, I was gonna say, should I use this? Then I will attack and do a skilled strike. So that's another attack for 4. Put him down to 1. If I just like top deck Jessica Drew, that would be amazing. Well, I can also throw him under the bus because I don't care. I need to deal 1 damage. I think I just want to see as many cards as possible. It's rough to just give up the basic resources, but we want to see as many cards as possible. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Across the Spider-Verse is going to be able to let me go get Jessica Drew, who will just deal the damage without any recourse. So I think we have this. It's famous last words. All right, so this goes up by 2. Goes up to 6. Green Goblin goes to attack me. He has 3 attack. You have 3 attack. Oh, okay. Actually, this might be more dangerous than I thought. Let me just think this through. Okay, so if I defend with Peter, draw another card, don't think I have anything to really interact with on the villain phase. Then, oh, okay, yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking this. Okay. Defend. Takes him out. Draw a card off the web. Life and Destiny. Another web warrior. That's fine by me. All right. So then he attacks. I defend for 3. They attack. I'd go down to 2. So as long as this encounter card is not an attack, I win. That is not an attack. Alright, so then it's as simple as play Across the Spider-Verse Pain with anything. We go looking for... Did we lose Jessica before the... Did we lose her before the shuffle? Did I put her in the wrong pile? Okay. Go grab Jessica Drew, deals the damage to Green Goblin, and we win. That game actually went on a lot longer than I was expecting. I appreciate this scenario because Goblin Thralls putting up guard changes the math, and I appreciate a scenario that isn't just like you just math it out. But wow, that was that was a much closer game than I was expecting. Still fun. I think the Inheritors were a nice twist to kind of add extra pressure points in places. Silk is probably very well equipped to handle this scenario because it's just Mutagen Formula plus Standard plus one other thing, and that means you have a high concentration of stuff. I didn't really play anything that necessarily cared about, other than Eidetic Memory, but like I skipped out on her upgrades, which did they even end up in here? I didn't play Wall Crawl. I skipped out on the upgrades, which is, I guess, kind of a good and bad thing. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I didn't get to see the full scope of her, what's it called? I didn't get to use the Spider Claws, which I think the Spider Claws would have been pretty good here. In this scenario alone, she gets a +3 bonus. But yeah, now let's move on to our Black Panther game and finish up this doubleheader. All right, here we are for the second half of my double feature as we are going to take Shuri up against Nebula. And I kind of landed on this because I was thinking to myself in a recent list video, I said that I really liked Nebula, that she was the redeeming factor of this box. And I figured I should put my money where my mouth is. If I really enjoyed this scenario so much, why don't I play it sometime? The only thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the Space Pirates out. And I was really mulling over what I should replace it with. I do think the Space Pirates do make maybe a little more swingy than they should be. But like I said, I was trying to think about okay, if I'm taking the Space Pirates out, what's a good thematic one? Because additionally, I wanted to take her up against Claw. And then I was like, well, Claw's already her Nemesis minion. I feel like at that point, it's going to get into interactions that I just don't want to even concern myself with. Especially because Claw does a number of things. And I don't think he actually comes into play if the villain's already out, which the villain's always out. All to say, we are going to be replacing the Space Pirates with something a little bit more wacky, but I feel like as a content creator, I owe you some wackiness. So, we are going to use T'Challa's Nemesis kit as the other part of this. So for some reason, Nebula and Killmonger have teamed up, and let's make this happen. So we've already got the Milano set up. The only thing we haven't done yet is we need to shuffle everything up and then get down to business, discarding the top 2 cards per player and looking for some techniques. So right off the bat, the Power Stone is in play. It's going to be attached to Nebula for the moment, but if we deal 3 damage to the character it's attached to, then it shifts over to the hero. I guess we'll go back and forth between the hero and the villain. And then additionally, we have Nebula's ship, which will have a force interrupt of when the villain phase begins, place 1 evasion counter here. We can do the shoot the thrusters ability, which is a first player action, exhaust the Milano, and spend up to 2 resource types. Remove 1 evasion counter from here for each resource type spent this way. And then we have the Milano right here, which is going to be getting us an extra wild resource. But as we've seen before, that normally means that this is going to be a wild resource now and just a way to keep plates spinning in the future. So we're going to do, last thing is discard the top 2 cards. And any techniques get attached to Nebula. Weapon Mastery is going to be attached to her. It gives Retaliate 1 and a special of deal 1 damage. And the first technique attachment revealed, each round gains Surge. That does not count this one. And a Forced Interrupt on Nebula of when Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability on each technique attachment in play, then discard those attachments. So she has Retaliate 1 at the opening. When she makes an activation against me, she's going to deal 1 damage. This is going to go away. Let's also flip over the main scheme, which starts at 2 and goes up by X, where X is equal to the number of evasion counters on Nebula's ship, and with a goal of 6. Now we should also get into this. I kind of skipped over it, but the deck for today is going to be Villain Theory's Repurpose deck, which I'll put the deck list into the description, but it jumped out at me, one, because I haven't played Repurpose in a while, and I know he is a big Repurpose player, so I wanted to try to take advantage of their knowledge. Then we've also got the Dora Milaje in here, which I think is another card that I'm going to be looking for in terms of the mulligan, and then another chance to play Moon Girl. So these are 3 cards that I'm sort of prioritizing in my mulligan. They, I think, are going to be doing a lot of good for me. We've got all 4 cards in the Dora Milaje archetype. Repurpose is obviously just good. We want to get tech with that, but she can grab tech. So I have a lot of faith in this deck. Let's see how it runs. And then very similar to, well, you all haven't seen it yet, but I will be doing a deck tech or a deck discussion on both of these starting next week, just to kind of get my thoughts out and explain the highs and lows, experience of one. And I guess additionally, this is probably said at the top of the episode, but just in case you're just jumping to Shuri, this is also my first game with Shuri. It took me a month to finally get a chance to play both these heroes. So let's get down to business and let's see how we do. Well, I like the way this looks. So right off the bat, we do have a piece of tech. I don't know that we're going to want to get rid of the beads right away, but that is an option to give us a +2 to one of our stats. We got the Clawed Strike. Okay, so well, I know I'm going to be keeping Repurpose. I'm pretty sure I can keep Vibranium and the beads. Wow, I almost feel like from this hand, I realized that I almost feel like this is the hand I want to keep. Med Team's good, but we can replace it. Keeping 5 out of 6 cards seems like a bit much. We can go get the tech of our choice. I'm just thinking here. Threat is going to be an issue, and I do think that it's important that we're utilizing the special on here. And that... Okay, so the first tech we play is going to be reduced by 2. So Vibranium covers this. I mean, I don't think we're playing every card in our hand. I think Clawed Strike, I think, is just going to end up being one of those cards that, if anything, we would just use it to play this. I think looking at this, don't know an awful lot about how Shuri plays. This reads like a card that's going to be very important for Shuri, especially in a deck that we're trying. I think we're going to be playing the long game here. I think that's probably important that we do this. So Clawed Strike might end up just being a resource. From there, I think we just go with this. I'm also hesitant because we've got the Milano. We could technically pay for this. But then that means that the other 2 cards we draw are going to be like exclusively for Clawed Strike. I think I'd rather just see, or sorry, in this case, if we kept this, it'd only be 1 other card. I think we're good off just seeing 2 mystery cards and just go from there. Let's see. Pistol, okay, so that's another representation of 2 for Repurpose, which actually I like. I don't want to get rid of the beads right away. So I guess this is what we're going with. Let's see how it goes. So right off the bat, might not be attacking. I feel like we will be attacking because if we play the beads out, we're going to handle the main scheme a little bit. But let's see here. So first we're going to use her ability. Oh, that causes you to exhaust her. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay, let me think this over. Do I want to exhaust her? I feel like I do. We have repurpose. So is the play here, put down this, tech comes into play. Do we skip out on this to then do the pistol? Deal the damage to the enemy. Then bump it up. Let's, you know what? First game, let's go a little wild here. So let's go, we'll exhaust Shuri to go grab a piece of tech. That's not tech. Yeah, it could be as simple as an energy barrier. I feel like that's kind of not what we want to do though. Spider bites. Choose a player. Discard this card. I think I want to set up myself to do a really good energy barrier. We'll see if that was the incorrect decision. That's not from an, oh, okay. So we can bounce back the retaliate damage. I like that. I like that. All right. I can't wait to look back on this and realize all the errors I made. But actually, I think knowing that we have to go up against retaliate, I think actually the energy barrier is a good call. So let's flip over. And on this side, she has 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. Whenever she uses a basic power, we resolve the special ability on a Black Panther upgrade we control. To the vibranium, put out the beads, which when the special on here is remove 1 threat from a scheme, we may discard this card to confuse an enemy. Pull out the pistol, which will come in with 3 charges on it. Not that those matter, but we're going to try to maintain the game state as much as we can here. I can only imagine what play mistakes I'm going to make. Okay, we're going to exhaust this, remove 1 to put a damage onto, oh, I can put these back out. Put a damage onto Nebula, bring her down to 13. And then we will repurpose. Discard this piece of tech, and we are going to bump up her attack. So she's going to get +2 attack, which actually is great because then we can grab the power stone. We ready her back up. We attack for 3. We do the, okay, so we're going to, okay, sorry. So we've got a basic attack of 3. Oh, I realize now I could have kept this in my hand. I think I'm going to do that. So I will use this resource. I will keep this in my hand. So we take the retaliate. We bump off 1 with energy barrier, so that turns into 1 more damage. So we're dealing a total of 1 and then 3, which means we're going to get this. So put her down to 9. Get the power stone. We did the retaliate. We did that. So afterwards, or after we do this, we remove 1 threat. This might actually be a really good combination. Then at this point, I think that's everything. So we move to this, to draw in a new hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this. Okay, so on the prowl. All right. I mean, Night Nurse is good too. This, I'll be honest, this hand does look a little bit like a dead hand. I mean, T'Challa is good. I feel like that results in we would play out T'Challa, and this is just going to float in our hand forever. I don't like that. But okay, let's. So it begins. We put a evasion counter here, which means this bumps up by 1, goes to 2. Nebula goes to attack me. Force interrupt when he initiates. So it deals a damage to me. Going to 10, which is fine because we have what doesn't kill me in the deck. So we do sort of want to take a little bit of damage. So we take the 1, then we've got an attack for 2. Oh, okay. Attack for 5 in total. Puts me down to 5. That was a little painful. Then we do the encounter card, which is Assault. The villain attacks me. Well, I don't necessarily want to do this. I do not have a copy of Repurpose. I don't have any additional ready. I don't know if that necessarily matters. Only because I mean, if I do go down the route of playing T'Challa, I do still get an activation. I think I need to defend, just in case. Oh, she gets the Power Stone. Happy I didn't overlook that. So yeah, I will definitely defend against an attack for 3, because this could get very bad. Wow, okay, very good call. So, defending for 2, total of 6. Wow, holy cow. So, I take 4, go to 1. Okay, come on, Villain Theory. How did you not think of this exact scenario? Why did you design this deck to so easily fold to Nebula? Obviously, I am just joking. Okay, so our turn. We took 10 damage. Oh, the energy barrier. I will have used one of the energy barriers. Actually, I will use one of the energy barriers. So deal another damage to her. I would like to still have the energy barrier for a repurpose later. We'll see if that's even like worth worth doing when we get there. At this point, I'm not worried about this. I do think that at some point I'm going to need to just like throw the Milano plus like a basic resource, a double resource of some kind. But boy, oh boy. Okay, so I know I'm going down to Alter Ego at this point. She's going to have the Power Stone, which means she's going to thwart, or she's going to scheme for base of 2. This is going to go up. So this is going to go, if I don't do anything, this is going to go up to 4, and her baseline scheming is going to push us to the next stage. Do not love that. And okay, putting out T'Challa we would kind of overdo it here, though. I think we're sort of in a situation where we need to overdo it, though. Honestly. So it's either T'Challa or we do On the Prowl. And they both sort of get us to the same place. He can attack. I don't know that attacking is the most important thing, though, right now. And take 1 off. On the Prowl just does what we need to do. Okay. I think we need to get into the more nuanced stuff here. So what we're going to do is we are going to play On the Prowl, Pain with Strength. We are going to thwart for 3, which is overdoing it a little bit, but then we are going to discard the beads to confuse Nebula. Then we're kind of in the same situation. So we're going to put Night Nurse. We're going to give her 3 counters. We're going to use T'Challa to play out this card, which we can exhaust. And do I want to put... Yeah, I want to put the beads back into my deck. Do I? Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I want to do that because I can just bring it back out. Okay, so we flip over because we need to. And on the next turn, we will probably go get the beads and put them back out. Shuri exhausting is certainly a design decision that I think is probably for the best, but it definitely gives you an inflection point that I don't think I was prepared for. All right, so and we draw ready back up. Draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so what doesn't kill me is good. Actually, that's very good. That means that we can heal for 4, then heal for another 2, and we'll be ready. Okay, and then we've got repurpose, which was going to be really good. We can... Okay. We're in the right place to put Ingenuity into play. Yeah, I think the next turn is going to be interesting. Don't precisely know what it's going to look like. Okay, so this gets another counter. This goes up by 2. So 2 of 6. She goes to activate, but she's confused. Then my counter card is Cutthroat Ambition. So it is an attachment or a technique. So this does surge. Let's just get into Cutthroat Ambition real quick. So Nebula cannot take more than 5 damage from a single attack. special, place one threat on the main scheme. Okay, so when she activates, she's going to place one threat on the main scheme, but we also surge into the barrel roll in Site 1. Where are you? There we go. Okay, Site 1. Surge. Oh, great. When revealed, place one evasion counter here. Okay, so now we have even more reason for why we're going to want to make that. Okay, that does change everything a lot. All right. And then we surge into what's probably going to be a technique. Knew it. Okay, so she has retaliate 1 back. Nebula, if nothing else, keeps you on your toes. So, I think I heal up. Going to get the tech, I don't think is needed. I'm gonna repurpose the barrier. So let's heal up. Go up to 6. Let's go ingenuity, which means we are tossing away. Oh, we need to handle this. Okay, I mean, this can still count. Oh, we don't match the... Okay, so we need... Alright, so let me just think this through. If I do this... If I toss away these... Oh, I can't toss away repurpose. Let me think this over. So maybe what doesn't kill me isn't going to happen this turn. I'd like it to, though. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play out Ingenuity, because that's a long-term... it's going to help me in the long term. We're going to pay with Repurpose and Vibranium Suit. Then we're going to flip over. We are going to then do what doesn't kill me to heal up 2 more damage, go up to 8, and ready her. Then we go boop, boop, remove 1. And then thwart for 2, bring this down to 1. I think if I get enough resource generators out, we should be able to exhaust. Should be able to sort of just use the Milano plus resource generators to just infinitely remove. If we could remove 2 every, if we could get it to a situation where we can remove 2 from Nebula's ship on the regular, then I think that puts us in a good position to just sort of keep this at bay. It is a lot of spinning plates, though. I will not deny that. Action. I'm going to put the... I think the Vibranium Suit is going to be super helpful. We just need to get the right opening to put the Vibranium Suit out. It's sort of middling, though. I'm not loving this. Okay, so let me see here. So exhaust that. I don't know why I didn't just use the same thing I'm using for everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, that was a good shuffle. Okay, let's see. I do kind of want to do a Clawed Strike. Right now, Spider Bite costs 2. And she's not the most important thing to me. Let me see here. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so this goes up by 1. This goes up to 4. Nebula goes to attack me, which means that we do this. Goes up to 5 of 6. Take a damage from the weapon mastery. 8. Oops, 8. Attacking for base of 3. We know this can get out of hand real quick. Do I think I defend. I think I defend just to not lose steam here. So 3, 4, 5. Attacking for 5. Defend 2. I'm going to bounce back one of them with the energy barrier. So I take 2, go down to 6. 1 damage goes to Nebula. Night Nurse should be able to help us a little bit here. Then my counter card is Barrel Roll. Oh my gosh. I forgot Barrel Roll existed. Surge. I already did that. Oh, that moves the main scheme forward. So toss that. One revealed. Place 2 evasion counters. Place 2 evasion counters on Nebula's ship. For each evasion counter, discard the top 2 cards of each player's deck and the encountered. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 12. 1, 2, 3, 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Flip over to Warp Drive Initiated. 3 threat here. Gosh. All right. We are in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble. All right. We surge into Shadow of the Past. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. So we get Claw out. Claw has a forced interrupt when he attacks. Okay, he gets an extra boost. But that was also the music manipulation. When revealed, find music. Put her into play, engage with you. All right, so put that there. This just went from bad to worse. Okay. So when revealed, manipulated music into play. When defeated, move all threat from music to the main scheme. Oh, move all threat from here to the main. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we are just. This is not going well. Shuffle the rest in. You know, to this really small deck. It means that we're probably going to hit a lot of. I suppose there's only 2 cards. Yeah, there's only probably 2 cards. Here we are. Here we are. I might not even make it through the first stage of Nebula. All right, that was my encounter cards. All right, so what do we do from here? So we don't want to take out. It's got an amplify icon. We don't want to take this out right away because then it all just moves over. We basically just lose. We can only take 2 resources off of here at a time, or off of here at a time. But I feel like we need to do that. So before we lose track of anything, let's do that real quick. Let's remove 2. Exhaust this. Put something from my discard pile back into my deck. What do I care about? I kind of care about this, but the thing is I'm not going to have it this turn. That's kind of dead. Kind of like that. I feel like guaranteeing another thwart event in my hand next turn, or being pretty close to guaranteeing a thwart event to my hand. That's assuming that I'm going to make it to the next turn. That's a bold strategy there, is to assume that I'm not going to just be defeated here. That leaves us with just 4 cards. Spider Bite is definitely getting used to pay for something. 2 amplify icons. Just notice that. That's just great. Okay, so we shouldn't go to Alter Ego. Scheming would be ridiculous. I'd like to steal the Power Stone with Cloud Strike. Give myself another health with Night Nurse. I'd like to do that, but at the same time, I feel like I need to take the main scheme down, because Lord knows I cannot survive much longer. I will also own up to the fact that I may be playing Black Panther very wrong. Okay, so we're gonna I'd also like to have the vibranium suit out. That would be nice. So nice as well. She does not have Retaliate right now. I could get the Power Stone back. The thing is, I have no way to ready up in this situation. That's just so sad. That's what this deck is all about. All right, so we're going to do on the Prowl, on the main scheme. And I'm going to keep the vibranium suit. Clear this out. So now let's just think this through. So this will gain 5, and then Nebula's base thwart will be 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I can't go to Alter Ego because even before anybody else gets a chance, we're just done. All right. So we have to stay here and hope we survive. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this goes up to 5. This goes to 5 of 9. Is attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5 at a base. Can't, the upgrades don't do me any good if I can't make a basic attack. Defend. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Star. After this activation ends, attach this card to Nebula and resolve its special ability. Wide stance. Okay. No additional damage, so I'm just taking 3. Down to 4. We resolve the special ability and reduce the amount of damage Nebula takes from each attack by 1. We discard a random card, which is Moon Girl. That hurts a little bit, although we would have needed to go into Alter Ego to get use out of her, but still, that's cards in my hand I don't have to do other things. All right, then music attacks for 0, claw attacks for 0, plus a boost card. Oh, okay, that's only for when he attacks. I was like, why not just give him villainous? But that would, yeah, never mind. Star, okay. You are stunned. If you're already stunned, take a damage. At this point, why not? Okay, so I actually get away pretty much scot-free there. I don't take any damage. But we haven't gone anywhere yet because we still have the encounter card, which is Power Siphon, Peril. Okay, well, whatever. Choose to either exhaust the Milano, which I don't think we can do, spend energy, or discard a card at random from the first player's hand. What does my hand even look like? I do not have energy. So at this point, I'm gonna lose a random card, and my only thing is I don't want to lose on the Prowl, because everything else will just go towards paying for on the Prowl. And I can't get rid of the Milano, because I need the Milano to remove 1 evasion counter. Panther claws, okay. Boy, a second player would be really good right about now. Alright, so my turn starts. I do on the Prowl, paying with the rest of my hand. Bring this down to 2. The correct answer is to probably try to thwart this down, but I don't have the opening. 1, 1. Remove the 1 for the second. Oh, cool. Get rid of the stun. I mean, it doesn't help me in the moment, but at least we have that. Alright, and use this to guarantee something into my hand. And what I'd like to guarantee is, I guess, on the Prowl, honestly. I could shuffle it in, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to draw any cards anyway. I can't go to Alter Ego. This is going to go up to 5, which brings that up to 7. Yeah, I can't go to Alter Ego. I honestly, I'm not even going to put this on like this deck isn't like properly designed. I'm going to put this into like, dear Lord, have I gotten just the full gambit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a repurpose. And my 5th card will be something else. I get an encounter card. I don't see myself winning this scenario. I would need to be extraordinarily lucky to win this scenario. I'm just going to discard a random card anyway. Oh boy. Moon Girl. Honestly, I feel like these 2 cards are going to be the most important, but we'll see. All right. So we move to the villain phase. 7 of 9. Nebula goes to attack me at a base of 3. I will be defending. Discard a random card on the prowl. That's just great. Don't know. I just don't know. I can thwart for 2. I don't have any tech in play to repurpose though. Flip down, put out Moon Girl. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, Jesus. Alright, so this goes away. So I'm defending for 2. I guess a baseline of 5. 7. Okay, so yeah, I'm just dead. I'm just dead because it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Wow. As hard as this was, this is like, to me, this is the hard that I like from the game. To some degree, there is way too much surge, and that does suck to some degree. But at the same time, like this is the level of difficulty where it's like you can see there's you just got to make the right, like curb your advantage somewhere and make it happen. Didn't happen today. I will probably play Black Panther again when we get around to like July or August, because like I said, I already have plans for my Saturdays coming up. But yeah, this was fun. I'll be interested to see what I say about this deck. If anything, I will say there's probably plenty of readies. Maybe 1 or 2 more readies would have been okay. Actually, let's go based off we'll just do them real quick here. So what I kind of gleaned from the Phoenix deck that I talked about a few weeks ago after playing it, and that did need more than one game to really sort of like bring it out. Change of Fortune is kind of a weird card here, but you're kind of getting a preview here. So we have 6 cards to ready back up. I will freely say that I do not know the ready up archetype nearly as well as some other people. I feel like for the theme of your deck, for what your deck's trying to do, 7 to 9 is kind of that golden area for me, and I feel like that might just be what's missing here. Is if there was just 1, maybe 3, pick whatever card readies. If you could just get 1 more ready out, that would be great. That said, it also comes up to the luck of the draw. We had a lot of readies just kind of pile up in a situation where we couldn't take full advantage of them. I think I now understand that Shuri is a character that needs to have a little bit of a build out phase, but we're trying this out for the first time, and we made our mistakes. But I can definitely see where I can see where she's going to be a powerful hero. It's just going to be a matter of putting all the dots together. But thank you for your time. This has been an extra long episode, but I will see you all in the next video. And remember, you are doing great. Keep it up.